Hi y'all, I'm Allison. I'm back for another round of Just Spin It for September. So we've already played Christina's, one of my viewers, and now it's my turn in the hot seat. So if you're new here, this helps me set up my TBR, what books I'm going to be reading, to narrow my options because indecisive, yeah, I can get caught in a loop like you can't imagine. But before we get started with the game, we need to do a couple of little things first, like replace the empty problems on the board. So I've got, which I noticed I've got two spots. I don't know how I missed it last time. First one is going to be Quirtle. Today's Quirtle, that word game. That's a new prompt I just made, and I think it's going to be fun to try out. And then we've got for 11, the Tudors. Henry VIII, all of them. And for something new that we've done, which has gone really well. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. There we go. So what we're going to do, I'm going to ask y'all to name a book. This isn't going on any TBRs. This is just kind of fun to see what everybody comes up with. So, and that one won't work. I'm just going randomly here, but there's some like family picks and things that just won't work for this. So, Cussler. My stack is we're getting down to the bottom. You know what? This might be fun. Okay, it's a random number. So everybody, do a random number pick just for fun. See how many books are in your own TBR. Use a random generator and let me know what the number generator gods think you should be reading or that we should at least be talking about in September, because this does not go on any list. So we'll roll with it, right? Now, speaking of that name a book, thank you so much, everybody who has participated. That is so awesome that y'all are enjoying this as much as I am. Okay, so I have got 5 books to figure out. So let's go ahead and do my first spin. Number 3. Storygraph Rec. Okay, I am going to be going on to Storygraph and they have a recommendation system. Pick one of those books. Let's hit Explore. I would prefer to find something I already own, which I don't think is going to be any of these. We're going to adjust this because if I go to my to read pile, up here we have suggestions. So I'm going to click that. And these will be books that I own except for this first one. But let me see. There's a random pick. Been on for the longest. I'm not reading that series right now. It's taking one of my reading challenges I haven't done. Hex Hall. Portrait of a Killer. Jack the Ripper. Agatha Christie. Okay. So we're going to pick one of these. These are good. And then I won't have to purchase anything. This is a good list. By the way, this is a feature for Plus. Okay, I'm filming my book selection on a different day, so we might have some lighting changes and stuff. But I'm wearing the same shirt, so we're going to pretend it's all at the same time. All right, for my first one, Storygraph was really kind to me. I had a little bit of a hard time deciding which one, but I am going to continue with Miss Marple. So moving on to A Murder is Announced, which is part 4 in this series. I believe there are 13 plus a collection of shorts. I am really loving these. No surprise. Cozy mysteries. And it's going to help prep me for October. So yay. And we will replace it with a book about books. Second spin. $11. The Tudors. We just replaced this. Okay, this one is probably not the wisest decision because I do want to keep things light. I'm in a semi-reading slump simply because I'm borderline high blood pressure and it's caused some fatigue. So I'm really kind of behind on things, which is why I'm not commenting like I normally would, responding. So just know I am reading all the comments and I really appreciate y'all's excitement and involvement. It makes such a difference. I can't tell y'all. But I'm coming out of that fatigue slump and It's, if you didn't know, high blood pressure can also cause brain fog, and that's why I keep getting the wrong words. So again, you may have noticed I'm throwing out the wrong words every now and then. I've noticed it here recently. So anyway, if you're finding yourself having fatigue, brain fog, using the wrong terms at the wrong time, you might want to, take a look at your blood pressure. Anyway, it is getting under control, so it doesn't look like I'm going to have to be medicated for it. Yay. But I'm definitely making some lifestyle changes. Doing better some days than others. But anyway, that's a long way around to say that I'm probably going to regret this because, look. But the Six Wives of Henry VIII. I have read this book before. And this was, in fact, what got me so hooked on Alison Ware. She is a nonfiction biographer, primarily dealing with the Tudor range, their contemporaries, the whole family tree out in that range. You get actual insight to their personalities and everything. It's not dry history, just full of names and dates and events, but you really get a feel for each of these women that, Henry and his love life was quite interesting, to say the least. I think that's probably why he's still so well known to this day, as well as his wives. Anyway, I'm going to do this one. I will probably take it with me for the road trip up to Chicago, which, ironically, I'm going to my cousin's wedding. But I may swap this one out for something lighter or for historical fiction. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm going with the Six Wives of Henry VIII. And we are going with Wordle. Just like the Quirtle one. I'm excited to see how that's going to work when they come up. All right, let's move on to the third spin. Number 5, staying up top. Oh, Quirtle. So we're going to find out how it goes. So the way this works, I have to use today's Quirtle. And Quirtle has 4 words that you're guessing. I will have the option to use any one of the words that I got correctly as my prompt. And if I bombed it and didn't get any of them right, then I have to spin the wheel of shame instead. I will put that on the screen, and then we will see how I can turn that into a reading prompt. Okay, isn't this one fun? I was excited to see this prompt come up. So I got all 4 of the words right, and I think I'm going to go with loamy, which is a enriched soil, got organic matter in it for good plant growth, which is perfect to continue the, sorry about the glare, This Wicked Fate by Kaylin Bayron. And it's part 2 of This Poison Heart. So in this we have Briseis. She has magic and she inherited a dilapidated mansion. And her affinity is to be able to grow plants from a touch. She can bring a plant back to life, cause it to grow. So I thought a loamy would definitely fit for this book. And I am so excited. This one's much shorter, so we will see how it goes. Okay, Wordle will work the same way, but I'll only have 1 book to work with, or 1 word. And we're going to replace it with our random number. For me, this is going to be electronic books only, ebooks. Because I always tend to forget to look over there. Okay, number 4. Seven. A to Z author, another random generator. Okay. This is almost narrowing it down too much. You know, I want a little bit of say in things. Okay, let's spin the handy letter picker wheel. D. I think I know exactly what I want for this. All right, the letter D works out beautifully because I have been trying to get this onto my TBR since I was sent a copy by the author back on May 31st. So this is Beyond the Stars by Doreen D. Berger, and it is part 2 in the Captain's Daughter series. So she sent me a copy in exchange for an honest review, and I am really looking forward to diving back into this world. I had so much fun with the first one. We've got sisters. It was Diane and Robin, and their father is the captain of a starship. They also have a ranch down in New Mexico. So they go between the two. Anyway, the girls are 12 years old. They are sisters born like 10 years apart, or 10 months apart. They're pranksters. They get into a lot of trouble. And, you know, it's nothing serious, but soft-spoken, shy girl, Janelle, comes to the starship. She is the future ruler of a planet, sent to Polaris to get away from a deadly virus that is running rampant on her planet. So, and Diane and Robin, once they befriend Janelle, and once they learn about the troubles out on her planet, it's war-torn, the virus and everything, they vow they're going to help her. So it's how far would you go to help a friend? And I am really looking forward to this. Like I said, the first one was really fun. It was a real good adventure. The girls were kidnapped, and it had quite a unique take on that, which I really enjoyed. I don't want to give anything away because I do recommend these. These are middle grade, so if you're looking for something fun and adventurous, some sci-fi, then I would highly recommend checking her out. And I am looking forward to reading part 2. So thanks, Doreen, for sending it to me. I can't wait to get back into their world. We're putting up Sean Pick, which is my husband. All right, so my last spin. Nine. Random number shelf. Okay, when I said it was going to narrow my options, I didn't mean I wanted them narrowed 100%. All right, so we got the 5th bookcase. Actually, we're going to call it the 5th area because I have some stacked before my bookcases. So that would be area 1. And then we've got, okay, you ready to see my mess? So one is on the floor. I've got piled up next to the wall. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it gave us the top shelf. So I'm going to take advantage and finally do one of my blind date books. The prompts have been a little too vague for me to be able to work them into my TBR so far. So I've got 4 to go from. I'm going to go with this one. YA, leaves you breathless, twisty thrill ride, best-selling author. So let's open this. I actually bought this on January 20th. It's been sitting up there waiting, just taunting me. So let's find out what this is. I'm so excited. Okay, are we ready? It is, ooh, I don't own this. 7 Dirty Secrets. Has anybody heard of this? By Natalie D. Richards, the best-selling author of 5 Total Strangers. A twisty thrill ride that will leave you breathless, which is what she put on the front. Oh, this sounds, just at a glance, this looks like one perfect. I know 7 secrets. 1 caused the fall. 1 did nothing. 1 saw it all. 1 didn't care. 1 used their head. 1 played the hero. 1 was left dead. I'm On her 18th birthday, Chloe receives a mysterious invitation to a scavenger hunt. She's sure her best friend, Hope, or her brother Connor is behind it, but no one confesses. And Cleo and Hope embark on the hunt, seemingly random clues, and clues begin to feel familiar. In fact, every clue seems to be about Chloe's dead boyfriend, Declan, who drowned on a group rafting trip exactly 1 year ago. And the phone calls start. Declan's voice taunting Cleo with a cryptic question. You ready? As the clock on the scavenger hunt ticks down, it becomes clear that someone knows what really happened to Declan, and that person will stop at nothing to make sure Cleo and her friends pay. Can they solve the hunt before someone else winds up dead? I am excited for this. Has anybody heard about it? This reminds me of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yay, perfect lead in to October for spooky season. So I will try and get this read at the beginning of the month and let y'all know if it should be on your list for October. So, and it's been sitting there since January, just saying, you would love me, open me. Okay, awesome. My games are being so nice to me. I've got an incredible list this month. So if you haven't seen my Sims one, I'll link it here. And again, great list. So I'm excited for these books, which will keep me from falling headlong into a real reading slump. I think I'm bordering on one. Okay, I do need 2 more books for TBR Knockout by Completely Melanie. And I believe it is red, orange, or yellow, or yellow in the cover. And it just came out on August 30th. The Final Gambit, Part 3 in the Inheritance Games. I am so here for it. Part 2 was incredible. It lived up to the first book because sometimes you can have that slump in the middle. And I can't wait to find out the conclusion. So, Part 3, Final Gambit, red everywhere, yellow for the title, and we've got some orange, I guess, in the flames, so got all 3 colors. And I don't care because I am reading this book. And for the last one, again, worked out perfectly. I've got a cozy mystery, Open for Murder by Mary Angela. And I was really hoping to get this on my list this month because in October, I want to read Midnight Spells Murder, which is part 2. This is the Happy Camper mystery series. And the second one was last year's sweet Halloween box from Once Upon a Book Crate. Once Upon a Book Crate. Okay, see, mixing up words. Once Upon a Book Club's sweet selection for Halloween last year. So, and I've been waiting for that. Going, okay, it didn't arrive in time last year, so I was holding it for this Halloween. And I found out it was part 2, so I'm going to read part 1 first. And this one is Memorial Day weekend, which is right now. And in Spirit Canyon, South Dakota. I don't think I've read one up there. So we've got a former journalist, Zoe Jones. She runs the Happy Camper gift shop. Okay, her best friend, Beth, runs a hotel, the Spirit Canyon Lodge. And she can't wait to reconnect with her for the grand opening of the hotel. But festivities go from bad to worse when a power outage knocks out the lights. And morning reveals a competitor's dead body found on the premises. So I think these 2 are going to try and find out what happened before trouble rains down on them. So, yay! Cozy mystery. So here are the results. Really a light, fun group. A lot of mysteries, cozy mysteries and thrillers. We'll see. Like I said, I may switch out the Tudor one. And in keeping with my extra gene, I think I'm going to try and do a Bookopoly-thon. Last year I was like, I'm doing that next year, and here we are. So keep an eye out for that. I might try and download it, print out the board, and see what I can come up with. But now I think I'm going to, well, after our bucket of rain stops falling, I'm going to go get a pizza and watch a movie because it's raining in Texas and that's kind of like a holiday. So it just means couch time, relax. So that's what I'm going to do. Keep an eye out. I will have my wrap up for August coming up in hopefully a few days. It'll be very short and quick. But I think I'm going to show y'all some bookish crafts that I've also been up to lately. I think we'll add that in. I can show you all my progress. I've got 2 big projects going. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope to, I don't know. Y'all have a great one, and I will check you next time. Bye now.